Hey guys, this is a video response to Little Raj's, or Liam's, video about his memory with the cinema tickets. Well, I just decided instead of just doing cinema tickets, I was going to go through my memory box. Because that's what this thing's filled with. Just little tokens, and as is my wall. Or, yeah. I have like one wall filled with stuff. Well, actually, they're both pretty cool. But the first thing is my subway ticket while in Washington, D.C. on a club trip. I love that trip so much. I miss it. And this was the hotel key from that trip as well. That trip was just so much fun. The memories I made, and there's like a song from the dance that was we had one night there. That anytime that song is played, I just flash back into that moment, and I just start having so much fun. And I don't I think Cupid Shuffle, that was it. God. It's just one of those you can't not have fun with, you know? And then that just ups the fun so much more. But this hotel key is from a state competition with the same club, but the next year actually. And I still have a little packet for that. My name's on the other side because I was in charge of that room. I don't know why they did that, but that was just so much fun because I got even closer with the friends that I went on the trip with the year before to Washington, D.C. So at state competitions, it's like we got even closer, got to have more fun, and it was my senior year as well, so it was kind of like going out of that club with a bang, and I loved it. This is from going to go see the Dead Sea Scrolls for my 16th birthday. I loved it to death because me, my dad, and my sister all went, and it was like a day trip, and we got to spend like the day in the museum and everything, and then about midday we got to go see the scrolls, and then after that got to walk around the town a little more, and then came home that night. But that was a great way to spend my 16th birthday actually. I loved the whole experience because I'm an educational nerd somewhat. But this is a receipt for dinner one day. It's kind of worn because I lost it for a little bit because it didn't go straight in my box. But that was from my grad week with a couple of my friends. We went to go eat one day, and we had a race there because there was 4 of us. The guys were in one car and the girls were in another, and we had a race over there. And then once we got there, the 2 who weren't driving, so that was me and my buddy, we had a race to the door. Well, whoever lost the race had to pay, so I lost, and I ended up having to pay for everybody. And I know, like, paying for everybody's meal, not such a great memory, but it was more or less that fun randomness kind of summed up that week. I would not trade a memory that I made that week for the world. I loved every bit of it, even though there was actually one night of crazy bad I wish I would kind of forget, but it kind of summed that week up even more so because it just showed how much we cared about each other. Because that night the guys had left, and turns out like their phone died, and where we live we don't have that great of reception, so or where we were at doesn't have that great of reception, so it was hard getting in touch with them, and it was like late that night, and me and my friend, we were really worried about them. So that was like the craziness of it all. It's stupid, I know, but now it's us. This is from pre-ordering the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 ticket. Me and my friend, we ordered it at the same time, so we just printed back to back. And the thing is, there was ticket number 1 and ticket number 2. We were arguing in the theater over who was going to get which one. I mean, we didn't notice it until the theater, so we were like really about it. I don't remember how we settled it, but I wound up with ticket number 2, and I'm okay. But it was more or less just something we were doing to pass the time because we got there hours early. Like, we got there at 6 or 7, and the show didn't start till midnight. So we wound up talking to the manager that was working that night, made sure we would get our spots in case the line started forming while we were gone, and came back, and nobody was there yet, so we were still okay. And we were just sitting there eating Chick-fil-A in the middle of the movie theater floor, because you're not supposed to bring any outside food or drink or whatever, or that's what they say. But we were just sitting there eating Chick-fil-A. It was so... my bag smelled like Chick-fil-A for a week. It was bad. I found a fry in it the next morning, and I laughed because the night before just started flooding back. And that whole night was just crazy in general. I loved it. I mean, the movie was great, but the memories that came with it were just as amazing. This is the tattoo care sheet from getting my first tattoo. Oh, God. That day was so weird and crazy and random at the same time. It was short. Me and my friend waited until her 18th birthday, and because I turned 18 a few weeks earlier, so we waited until she turned 18, and that was like my birthday gift to her, taking her to go get her first tattoo as well as mine. And I didn't know what to expect, so I was like worried, but at the same time I was like, I don't know what to expect, therefore I don't know what to worry over. And to me, it didn't hurt that bad. I got it right here on the inside of my wrist. It says masterpiece. It's kind of has a religious meaning behind it. So that was pretty grand. And yeah, what more can you say about your first tattoo? And lastly, there is this little piece of paper. It was a letter that we put in the last issue of my senior year. We put a letter to the readers in there. Like, the editor of our school newspaper typed up that little letter, and we delivered it with the papers as well. But the weird feeling was knowing that that was the last time one of my articles was going to be published in that school. Or it was just so final almost, because it was like, it's done. There's nothing more left to do in this class, because that was the second time I'd had the newspaper class, and that same year I'd also had yearbook for the first time. So for 2 classes I was constantly doing stuff for school, and I loved it, but at the same time it made my last year of high school, or the last semester, actually so much more important to me, because I was getting so involved with everything. It kind of made me regret not getting involved from the very beginning, but it also showed me what I was missing and made that year even more special. But that's just kind of it for my memories. I know I kind of rambled and told a bit of story behind quite a few of those, but that's what's important to me, and I think that's about it. So bye guys, love you.